Hey, this is Steph with thegoodride.com. Today we're looking at the Union Legacy bindings. This is their new women's binding on the Union line. It's 100% women's specific. So instead of just, borrowing bits and pieces of the men's and then fixing the high back or whatever, it is all custom made for the ladies. So I switched over I was writing the Union Milans right before I put these on, and these were insanely responsive comparatively. It was just weird how I noticed that. So it's got, the first thing I noticed was this high back here. It is just some hard plastic on the outside. You look at that right there. It is, this I think was the most responsive part of the whole binding. It does have that cushiness on the right there. But this is just like, it's not going to give until you make it move, and that's, that's a good thing, responsive wise. It's got, the classic Union ratchets there. I think they just stuck with the same toe strap. We'll compare these to the Milan in a different video. But this seems just like the, toe strap that they've been using for a little bit now. And we also have some of this closed cell footbed foam right there. So you can see it is all footbed foam, but it's not super soft. So it's got the footbed foam on the top and on the bottom, but in the middle you have the kind of, basis for the binding. It's not extremely soft, but it does give enough, and it is said in the Union book that it's supposed to allow for natural canting, so your foot should do it by itself. And then it's got the heel thing here. Now these are a little bit, I think, less of like a higher heel and toe kind of gas pedal thing. The toe still got a little bit, but I feel like, I don't know, we'll compare them, but it seems like a pretty straight across, but then the toe comes up just a little bit. I don't know if you can see that at all. But there you go. Adjustability is, just very similar. So you got this thing moves down, move it up, kind of on the fly, shorter, longer, wherever you want it. Same over here. And then, the high back adjustment is the same as it always. Little screws here and here. And then you have the toolless screws. And these are really nice, actually. They seem to be very effortless when you're unscrewing. Very effortless when you're unscrewing and screwing them in. Some toolless bindings you have to really crank on this little thing, but this one, the way that it is, you don't really have to dislocate your thumb while you're pushing it in there. Snap and it's done. So that's really neat. The high back is not that flexible. Like I said, we'll compare this to the Milan. So it's not, it gets a lot of support, and it is a very nice height. And then with the high back adjustment, though, is not toolless. So you just have to either carry that little tool in your pocket if you're one of those person that adjusts it for half pipe or carving, or I want to be super buttery or whatever. So you just do that, and then on the inside here you can see the different things there. Yeah, but also one of the lightest bindings on the market right now. This is just super sweet. I love my bindings to weigh nothing. They're sweet. Yeah, so that's the Union Legacy. It's a mini disc, so that fits, just like the normal Union. Oop, fits right in there. These are a size medium, so I wear a 7.5 boot, and they seem to be the correct size for my foot. It's about what I would get for the Union bindings. And then here's a look at the mini disc. Just their standard mini disc. It does have the channel system option there, and then the 4-hole mini disc. So if you have a board that takes the traditional bigger disc, just you keep that in mind. Yeah, I don't know if there was anything else I wanted to talk about here. This is just, I mean, it's a freaking sweet binding. It's light. It's very, very responsive. And it feels good. So if you're looking for that more aggressive, very, on the fly, you move your foot, your binding moves, your board moves, then this is a good option.